Hey YouTube! So, this video has honestly been a long time coming, and it's honestly very hard for me to make. I've stayed pretty silent overall about the issues I've been having with Final Fantasy XIV, but as I approached the end of Endwalker, I realized, for as much as I've loved this game, it might not be the game for me after all. This will probably come as a shock to you if all you've seen is my YouTube videos or my Twitch streams where it appears as though I'm getting fully immersed in the game and having fun, but it's the cold reality of my 14 experience. So today, I'm finally going to talk about my reasons for quitting Final Fantasy XIV. The story is too real and believable. It hurts my feelings. I'm tired of crying every single time I play this game. If you don't know me, I'll let you know I'm somewhat of an empath, and since the characters are written so realistically, I find I'm connecting with them way too much. It causes every little thing that might happen to one of them, good or bad, to send me into an emotional coma, and my little heart can't take it anymore. Okay, Gigakawa is on something else. I don't know what she's seen in her life, but her writing is on a completely different level. Not only that, but you can't hug any of the scions in the game. In a weeb game about anime and feelings and friendship, why am I not allowed to hug my companions when they're going through it? Instead, while a character breaks down mid-cutscene, everyone else just awkwardly stands 6 feet apart like we're peak COVID times and no one wants to catch what they have to put their grandma at risk, and they just leave the character to work through it on their own with absolutely zero physical contact. At the time of recording this, with hours and hours, probably hundreds of hours of MSQ and side story under my belt, there have been maybe 5 hugs, and arguably 2 of those were actually just assassination attempts. Completely unacceptable, completely unplayable. What were they thinking? I've also just been burning out on leveling. Ever since learning of a stupid camel crow mount you get once all your combat jobs are at 80, I made it my mission to level as many as I could. Leveling 21 combat classes in a row is mind-numbing. I just cannot handle a Realm Reborn dungeons anymore. If I have to see Satasha one more goddamn time, I'm gonna content overload. There are way too many things to do in Final Fantasy XIV that I often don't even know where to start. So I end up getting decision paralysis and AFKing in Limsa rather than working on one of the 42 relics I started, or working my way to Omnicrafter, or even thinking about diving into ultimates or harder content or PvP or anything. The inventory in this game is a complete mess. There are way too many important items that if I even throw out one of my hundreds of rocks, I'll be shooting myself in the foot when it comes time to work towards something like leveling a crafter. Or if I throw out one of those precious pieces of gear, what if I need it for a glamour later or leveling another job? There's no way. I have to keep all of it. And don't ask about my armory chest because it's not even remotely better. It's the game's fault, not mine, I promise you. Paladin is too overpowered. I never die anymore. While it's nice that you can get over to anxiety pretty quickly in 14, the fact remains that since I switched to maining Paladin, the game has just become too easy. I can collect all the vuln stacks I want, and still not even come close to dying in a fight. I don't even feel anything anymore if I'm not pulling wall to wall in every single dungeon. For example, my entire party died on the final boss of Endwalker, and me and a warrior soloed it with absolutely no complications whatsoever. That was intense! You might say, well, Terra, just play a different class then. But to that I say, I don't like dying. And no. Nor do I think they should nerf Paladin. I think they should just make the entire game harder to keep up with Paladin skills. And then if balancing becomes an issue after that, just remove every other class. Have green Paladin, red Paladin, blue Paladin, beautiful, good to go. No other job is required. The community in 14 is too nice. They practically carried me to both Twitch and YouTube partner, and it makes me suspicious. What do you people really want from me? Are y'all actually out here trauma bonding over character deaths and other beloved plot points? It's weird, and I've never seen it before, and I don't trust it. Y'all up to no good. Got my eyes on you. With that kind community came a weird change in myself. The game has made me too social, I fear. My socially anxious ass has even started engaging with random strangers in Limsa. something that I've never done in years of playing other MMOs like World of Warcraft. And now I don't get anything done that I want to anymore because I'm more inclined to waste 3 hours listening to a bard's rendition of Megalovania for the 300th time. The music, the OST, the music in Final Fantasy XIV, it has replaced my entire playlists, and I don't remember what normal music sounds like anymore. Can Soken just not hit that limit break 3 on every single score he writes? Can he miss for once? Tab targeting is completely ass, especially in PvP. Enough said. Actually, scratch that. Not enough said. In a field of MMOs where they're constantly stealing ideas from one another, why does 14 not just take tab targeting from a game that has good tab targeting? Like World of Warcraft. I hate to praise the game, but it's true. World of Warcraft's tab targeting works the way that you think it should. In Final Fantasy XIV, there is a mob directly in front of you, or another player in PvP directly in front of you. You hit tab targeting, it thinks you want that fucker 4 miles off on your left in the far distance that's slightly on your camera. And don't try and slide into the comments being like, oh, Terra, just turn on cone targeting, because that does not even solve the core issues with tab targeting. Why is it still broken this far into the game? I don't understand. As a new player, I expect to hit tab and have it work. God damn. I find, for myself at least, that moderation is not a thing that exists when it comes to Final Fantasy XIV. I used to be a variety streamer. I used to play a different game nearly every day. Then I picked up Final Fantasy XIV, and it's kind of been the only thing I've been playing. It's kind of all consuming, and I thought I loved it, but well, here we are, I guess. I miss my friends, I miss my family, I miss my mom. I haven't touched grass in months. I couldn't possibly just schedule my time better and limit my playtime. The game is one prolonged episode of bisexual panic. I'm not just talking about the scions or the NPCs either. Some of y'all's characters have no business being so attractive and is entirely distracting. That's not even to discuss the potential that exists with certain highly illegal plugons. I specifically picked Lalafell to not be attracted to my character while I play this game, to stay focused, but y'all out here being kings, queens, and non-binary royalty, and I cannot handle it. It's too much to cope with anymore. That being said, hypothetically, if I did finish 6.0 and continued playing 14, at that point I would switch to Catboy that I have created. Which brings me, of course, to one of my biggest issues with Final Fantasy XIV. No sex. Yoshida-san, please add sex. Thank you.